Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Maddy with MJ Plans, all the things. I wanted to ask for your help with my dilemma. It's a good dilemma to have. First world problems, I know. However, the new launches of the 2025 planners are coming out and I am perplexed. Let me tell you what's going on. I had the Sterling Ink Common Planner, okay? Now, in all seriousness, in all truth be told, when I started this planner, I really was not familiar with the Hobonichi layout and so forth, because I didn't really use the Hobonichi. I bought a Techo years ago in 2017, never used it because I didn't like all the colors on the pages. So when I bought Sterling Ink's planner, I really wasn't sure of how to use it. So I tried to use it the way she intended, which she has a couple of pages up front to list your goals and breakdowns, and then she goes into her monthly. So I used the monthly bit, and then she goes into her weekly. And I used the weekly, I started the weekly off very weak, as you can see. And then I started really kind of getting into like, okay, let me make an effort. And then I started really getting into decorating the weeklies, which I really liked, but I found that I was not using them, at least not at the time. So I was doing these cute little layouts, but then I found that I really wasn't referring back to them. Okay, flash forward. I think I stopped doing the weekly sometime in May. Okay. Actually, yeah, last week in May, beginning of June, I was like, why am I doing this? I'm not using it. So this is the weeklies I stopped using. And then I began to kind of like, I was on a kick to watch Jenny from Planner Perfect. I was watching her planning methods, a lot of her old videos. And what she would do is take the day, and you guys have heard me say this before, she would break it up into 4 quadrants, like morning, early afternoon, late afternoon, evening. And I was like, I like that. I can break up my day. Yeah. And I did that for a while. And then I found that my day is not all that intricate. Like, I don't need 2 pages for one day. And I started to slow down. And then I started, instead of using 2 pages per day, it kind of morphed into, let me get into May when all the changes started occurring. It morphed into like 1 page a day, or like a day I wouldn't get to it and I'd be like, well, I'll just use the next day. So let me get to that piece so this doesn't look like I'm lying to you. Okay, so I may have started around July. Okay, so July, I started using a page per day, and it's okay. But I wasn't, like, I don't know, something just felt off. I just wasn't feeling it. And I was like, I don't know. And then I just kind of was like, all right. So then I started watching, Oki Plans, right? I was watching, Talks from the Heart from Robin, and she kept mentioning Oki Plans, and I really liked her stuff. Oki Plans uses a personal size or agenda, and she had it set up all cute, and I'm like, I got one of those. I haven't used it in a while. Let me set it up. And that's what I did. And I actually shared this with you guys. I set it up. It's super cute. I've got all my little sections, and then I started planning. But I can't get with this size. I do have the GM, but I really have been loving the bound notebooks. I really do. So I'm not sure who she started or who inspired her, but she started looking at a Hobonichi and trying a Hobonichi. And she wasn't, this is her safe spot. She likes to be in this. But she's like, let me try it. So she tried it. I was like, you know what? I have a Hobonichi. I'm not going to buy a Hobonichi to try it. I'll try the Hobonichi. So this is the Techo that I have. And this was from 2017. Hope you can see that. And I was like, you know what? This is a perfect way to segue. Now, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see how I like it. And if I like it, I will buy a Hobonichi. But I still kind of really, now that I understand more of how the Hobonichi functions and works, this actually really would have worked for me, the common planner, but I didn't use it with the intent that it was supposed to be used for, if that makes any sense. Okay, so now, here I am, Hobonichi. I decorated it a little bit. I didn't go crazy because, again, it's a 2017. This is a trial. Now, this is what turned me off with Hobonichi. These colors threw me off. I want something plain and white. Okay, I'm going to bypass it. So I decided I'm going to use my date stickers and day stickers. And I created I started in August. So this is my August calendar. Okay. Then I did September. So this is all set for September. Okay, a lot of these are from Crafts by Polly shop. Check out her shop. Use Maddy 20 to save 20%. Some of these are from, I can't remember now. All Things by Keisha. I'm not remembering who this is from, but I'll find that out. And it's just like a common, just like me using stickers that I have, because I'm really all about using my stash right now, because there's things that I have that I don't use and I want to buy new, and it just doesn't make sense to keep accumulating. Here's my October all set up. Again, these are from Crafts by Polly shop, and I don't have November, December set up yet, right? But I'm kind of digging it, you know. And if I had it, it was current and it was a 2024, I wouldn't have to use all the date dots in this, but who's to say I wouldn't use them anyway? Okay, fine. So now I went into the weeklies. I was like, all right, I'm going to use this the way it is intended to be used. So I started doing the weeklies. And then I was like, you know what? For some reason, it just works for me. It's just jiving with me. So now I'm finding that I'm using my weeklies, and this is like a tip-in that I created. And I'm really, really liking it. Now I know that Common Planner is set up very similar, only she has that added bonus of she doesn't have those colors. Okay, so this is the second week in September, and I haven't covered these. You know, I usually will white them out and then cover them with date covers, etc. But I'm gonna try and use this until the end of 2024, really feel it out. So now you go from the weeklies to the dailies, and I'm like, well, let's see how that works out. The dailies are working out. I am really enjoying it, and now I feel like I'm using this the way it was intended. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause for a second. So I've been using these dailies, and I'm really, really digging how they're coming out. And now I'm hooked. Now I love this layout. I'm loving the monthly to the weekly to the daily. And I'm just structuring the daily differently. And it's not that I couldn't do that the same way here. But I didn't. For some reason it's working here. It didn't work here, and it didn't work here because that was on me. Okay, fine. So now I know that I like this format. Okay, so now it's a trying to figure out do I want to do the Common Planner 2025, and I would do a full year. I would not do Techo. I understand the whole premise behind splitting it up. It gets really thick. To me, my goal is to get it thick. I like it thick. So I do want the full year in one book. That much I do know. Same with Hobonichi if I decide to go that route. I really kind of, though, I'm leaning more toward the Common Planner because I like the fact that she doesn't include the colors, has the same layout. She offers vertical and horizontal, but I am a vertical girl all the way. Now, let me add a little more to the dilemma. I was watching, I think it was Rosie Life, or one of the people I was watching on YouTube, or it might have even been, I don't remember, someone on Instagram, and they were using a paper test notebook, and I'm like, oh, that looks like what I might need. Let me try it out. So I bought an undated version, figuring, you know, if it doesn't work out, or if it's not what I want, I can always use it at any time. All right, couple of things. On her website, the photos show the interior of the planner, but what it shows is the beginning. So you see, you know, some of the columns for the monthly and so forth. My bad, I assumed it was a vertical planner, but that's what it looks like on her website. It's not. It's a horizontal planner. The beginning shows, let's see, she has like these spaces here to to set up your weeks, I guess, and to, you know, like your yearly, kind of just put in important dates and so forth in each month. Okay, I've never done that, but you know, I'm not against it. It's just I don't like to waste paper if that's not something I use, but that's okay. And then she goes into her monthly, so I'm like, okay, cool. And I wanted to set it up the other day, but then when I got to the weekly, this is what I saw. So it's a horizontal weekly, and it's just the days of the week here, and then you get this blank sheet here. Then you get 2 pages, a couple of pages in between. So I guess how she does it is she does your weekly, and then you get the dailies in between each week. So let me see how many sheets it gives you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess it's about 7 pages if you count front and back. Then you go into the next week, and then you get a page per day to go with that week. It's different, and it's not something I'm accustomed to, but I also know it's not something that I would reach for. And plus the fact that the cover is actually cardboard. I was a little disappointed with the cover. The embossing is beautiful. It's a rose gold embossing. I don't know if you can see that, but the cover itself is just like a plain piece of cardboard. Now, from Oki's Plans, when she was doing the Hobonichi, she covered hers with a really cute leopard print cover. And I bought it to do that on here. I was like, I'll just cover it with that and you won't even see it. And then I'll put it in one of the jelly covers. But I didn't know it's a horizontal. So I will probably not be using this. If you are interested in a paper test A5 full year edition, undated, leave me a note in the comments. First come, first serve. I'm not looking to make a profit on it. I will just sell it for slightly less of what I paid for it, only because I did put my name right here. So if you were to get it, you could just put a sticker over here with your name, but nothing else was altered in the book. All right, so this is Paper Test Designs. So will it be Common Planner or Hobonichi? I'm leaning more towards Common Planner, although I've never really given the Hobonichi a chance. This is what bugs me about the Hobonichi. These colors, also on the dailies, I find myself trying to cover the writing on the bottom, especially because I guess I have the Chinese version, so I don't know what this says. So when I'm doing my dailies, I'm putting washi at the bottom, but it doesn't cover, or it shows through it, and I'm not crazy about that. Another point for Common Planner. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below and any questions you may have. If you are interested And this puppy, she's beautiful. Let me know. And yeah, that's where I'm at. And what are you guys using? Tell me what you're using for 2025 if you're of the Bound Notebook family peeps. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.